Holy F's in the chat. This is Flight Check Season 2, Episode 28. We are back one more time this season, talking all aspects of FlyQuest. After the season is officially over, the run to Worlds stopped before it really even began, if we're being honest.
Oh, yeah.
But there is plenty to talk about, some quizzes to take, and much fun.
People to blame.
And people
i.e.
to blame. And truly, Nox, it is your fault for jinxing them after some suspicious tweets prior to games 4 and 5.
Really conveniently timed.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'd like to hear from you first. What were you thinking at the time?
Well, you see, I was truly a fan of FlyQuest, which is why I wasn't going to access my Twitter account. However, TSM being who they are, and really needing to make it to Worlds, I saw a little deposit in my bank account, and I was like,
Oh.
I can throw out a tweet real quick, and the rest is history.
Yeah. Quick check.
So,
Nox War check PayPal kind of thing.
yeah. My PayPal's loaded right now, so don't worry about it. I'm fine. I'll actually this will be my last podcast because I'm now biased and I accepted money from another team. So thank you for having me on all this time, and good luck in the future. Good luck in esports.
Well, I'm just glad that it was, of all the teams that could have paid you, it wasn't 100 Thieves, because apparently they don't pay their content creators enough. So there you go. There's some
spicy drama going on.
There's
right
some relevant banter for you.
That is some relevant banter. But here's the thing, I don't know, TSM, you really took money from a crypto company? Yikes, man.
Yeah.
That's kind of the ultimate betrayal. If you
Damn, our team gets out of playoffs and we just start taking shots at all the other teams because we're just mad.
Yeah,
I mean, it's what you got to do.
I mean, we're not, we're not biased in any way whatsoever. We're also not salty. My name is Sandy Toes, as always. To my left and my extra left are my fellow hosts, Nox War and Curly Double Q. Tonight, not going to be the Armchair GM off-season stream. Way too early for that to happen. We haven't even gotten through the rest of LCS playoffs yet. So I think the plan for the show this week is we'll just be going over a bit of the TSM series, kind of talking about how it went, our disappointments there, but then also kind of it was a wild weekend playoff-wise across the LCS, so plenty to talk about there. I know I want to talk about it. In the Smash Melee world, Jmook with a second place at Shine. Pretty fantastic stuff. Godoran taking 7th there. And also, we are going to be doing some LEC pop quiz live on stream. Curly has already done it, so he knows all the answers. So me and Nox, we're going to
our big brains.
Yeah, with
our
big brains,
knowledge.
We're gonna watch it. I should be able to. We were talking about this before the show, but Nox, I just realized I should be able to just show it, share my screen for you.
Okay,
but I don't know. I don't know if you'll get audio or anything is the problem. So. Right. So I think we'll just keep it on Twitch. The quiz is guess the player. I don't know how historical this is. I don't know if it's recent players.
So for context, because the reason I said my league historians would enjoy it is because it's any player ever.
Any player ever. So, I mean, there's a lot of options here.
Not just LEC, any player.
Right. So now, I recall with LEC Pop Quiz, they always give you a couple hints, but you lose points for every hint you have to take, right?
Yes. For this one in particular, they have batches of hints. They have a batch of 3-point hints, a batch of 2-point hints, and a batch of 1-point hints.
All right. Well, that'll be probably in the middle of the show.
Later.
So hopefully we'll have some timestamps for you, and if you want to skip ahead to us embarrassing ourselves over our lack of knowledge of the scene, skip ahead to that. But for now...
No, I'm going to predict that Nox gets like a 10 to 13.
Oh. Well, what about me?
I do not know.
Oh, boy. All right. Well, we'll see how it goes. All right.
High expectations. I don't like this.
Well, let's hit the TSM series, and it feels like it was forever ago. It was literally last Thursday.
It was like 5 days ago at this point.
Which is crazy.
Like
that so long ago. And then, yeah, I mean, the next playoff series is literally in 3 days again. I don't think we're going to go too much into specific analysis of each game by game. Ultimately, probably a shorter episode in general, but yeah, I mean, all right, so we can just start with, I feel like you can divide this series up into like a first half and a second
1,
half.
4, and 5, and games 2 and 3.
Yeah, but like, I really wish you could divide it up to games 1 through 3, and then also games 4 and 5. But, I think it's a little bit tougher to do that. But yeah, 1, 4, and 5, and 2 and 3. Nox, I know you came in like halfway through the series.
Yeah.
When you were watching. But I also only just recently VOD reviewed all 5 games today. So, I mean, your thoughts on this series, it's just like... No, I mean, first of all, it's not what we expected whatsoever. And definitely, I think there was a strong amount of frustration from the fans, and especially, definitely us, over the performance. So, yeah, just kind of want to hear from you, your overall thoughts on the series, and kind of where things went wrong, and then Curly, you can follow up maybe with your thoughts on that.
So, I didn't catch game 1 or game 2. Came in for game 3, and we crushed it pretty darn well, I would say. And so it was like, okay, we're up 2-1. In comes the tweet. My bad, sorry, but let's analyze what happens after that. FlyQuest actually had a really, really good early game 4. Jose Dioto had great pathing, came in, forced tactical and chime off the bot tower. I think literally Johnson got 4 turret plates off of it, got that tower later on, and then got the other tower later on in the bot lane. Like, this man was fed. He was up 50 CS at one point. Everything was going right for FlyQuest in terms of the early game. Jose had great pathing. The bot lane was playing well. Philip was admittedly down in the top lane to solo, but he, like, at the end of the day, was still playing weak side, and he wasn't giving solo too much. And then Tuke was just doing his thing in mid. So, and then we just take, like, really dumb fights. We just took a dumb fight in the mid lane, and then we took another dumb fight in the bot lane, and then that game was done. I was like, oh, well, okay, it's fine. We go again. We got game 5. And the same thing kind of happened in that game, too, right? We started off with 2-0 on the mid jungle. It was like, all right, Jose's up, Tuke's up, great start. And then we started taking dumb fights again. And again, especially in that bot lane fight in the last game, Chime flashes over the Azir wall, gets everyone that huge knock up in the charm, Johnson dies, and then it's just kind of like TSM has the momentum at that point, and it's over. Like, literally, 4 out of the 5 games of the series, with the exception of game 1, FlyQuest had a better early game than TSM and had a better setup to success than TSM in 4 out of the 5 games of the series. Unfortunately, 2 out of those 4, though, resulted in Fly being dumb and having bad positioning errors, and resulting in TSM getting these huge wombo combo fights in the mid and bot lanes. Mm-hmm. And basically, at that point, the tempo turned, and then TSM's a good enough team that once they have the tempo and the momentum, they can close it out. But I don't know. They're going to go into EG next week, and unless they've got some stuff prepped or they've like drastically improved, they're going to get rolled, because their early games were horrendous against us, and EG is going to punish that hard. So that makes it even feel crappier for me to say it's like we really should have won this series. We were the better team, but because of really dumb mistakes we made, unforced errors that we made, and good capitalization from TSM, we ended up losing the series.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely frustrating. I mean, I totally resonated with what you said about just seeing us take some really questionable team fights. That was, for me, that was the big thing that I saw throughout the series was TSM just constantly winning team fights that either we just weren't in good positioning for or that we shouldn't have been taking in the first place. So it's hard to know, without being there on the back end of the comms and the decision making itself. It's hard to know, who's making the call or why we're in these positions when we are. But it's frustrating to see. Curly, how about you? Your thoughts on the series and what we all witnessed, last Thursday?
I mean, I think I'm going to say, just some similar things that have already been said. The first match, to me, is kind of just something we can throw away a little bit. It just felt rough to begin with. But then games 2 and 3, we really brought it on. It's game 4 where everything just kind of goes to shit. And I think there's the slightest draft if here, and maybe even more of an egregious one in game 5. But I don't really like to blame everything on draft because, at the end of the day, no matter your draft, it's still about the players. Sure, that sets you up for success, but there's more to it than draft. And so we were in control for so long. It wasn't until 18 minutes about where we just have a really unfortunate shutdown on Johnson in the mid lane and some other needless deaths. And so it's not just the team fighting. I think there's always a point, especially in games 4 and 5, because even game 5 started in our favor. There's always a point where something goes wrong and then we can't recover from it because we make desperation plays or we just can't really figure out what we want to do. And what it looked like to me was kind of the team falling off the track that they were all on and doing that thing that we've done every once in a while where if things aren't going our way, we don't play as coordinated. Because when we win, we're all together in everything and we do things really, really well. When we lose, we're in their jungle for no reason, chasing them down for nothing and then dying because of it. And you've just got Takui in the side lane split pushing or something. Just something isn't put together. And so I think after game 4, there was the slightest potential for a mental boom because it was very much their game. But again, like I said, at the start of game 5, it still looked pretty decent for us. But then eventually that really just turned around.
Mm-hmm.
And it was difficult for us, especially game 5, I think was actually bad for both teams because I think of that replay that starts with a really bad Ornal that doesn't actually go off. And then still we end up giving over kills. It's everyone had a bad time in game 5. So
yeah. I think when I was rewatching the series and I saw, knowing how it ends, right? And in game 4 where we had a 3.5k gold lead at 12 minutes and I'm sitting there how do we lose this? How does this happen? And even in game 5, just again getting ahead early, and I'm man, just we needed to be able to close this stuff out. And I think the reason why I'm frustrated is ultimately is that if this was regular season, it'd be okay, next week we shape up, we practice this, and next time we get an early lead, we close it out. But now it's okay, there is no next week. Next week is now next January, 4 months from now. And, we're not, I said we're not getting into off season tonight, but the team could look different, and maybe there will be different problems next season to figure out. So that's ultimately where my frustration is coming from is the time's out, can't, fix anything anymore. So, and I get where some people, I saw a lot of Discord activity of people being like, oh, XYZ player missed so many ults, or, this person did this, or that person did that. And, you can armchair analyze however much you want and just put together your diatribes against this player or that player. But, at the end of the day, it's over. And you got to kind of move on and start thinking about, all right, well, what does the next year look like? And we'll get into that, I think, in future streams. But I think for me, and this kind of segues to like another thing I was thinking about, is that some of the disappointment for me is the potential that this roster had, and tying for 7th place. And you could probably argue, probably just Soul 7th because, we're probably better than Golden Guardians. Although, I don't know at this point now. Tying for 7th...
It's up a little bit.
Yeah, tying for 7th place is not, anywhere near what, what we wanted from this team. After making playoffs almost unexpectedly in spring and tying for 5th then, and now dropping down to 7th in summer, it's a pretty big disappointment, and I'll be interested to see what decisions are made, because,
See, I find it...
This year was always like rebuilding year part 2.
Mm-hmm.
It was never we're going to Worlds this year, but it's still, to fall down to 7th in playoffs, I think is like, it's frankly for me, it's a disappointment and like should not have happened. Like we should, in my opinion, we should be losing the upcoming series this week to to EG. Like we should be playing EG and losing to EG this week. Like that should be the case, and then we'd all be kind of like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But anyway, I just rambled for a while, so.
No, it's all right. See, for me, though, I have a very different sentiment about this, because you're right. It is disappointing for us to fall out the way we did, but ultimately, I'm still very happy with the season we had, especially when you think about we had some relatively low expectations for the team at the beginning. I think pretty much the consensus was, let's just make playoffs both times. As long as we're not out of playoffs both times, we'll be happy with the season. Let's shoot for, and I think I even put FlyQuest at like 5th or 6th for this split. So they finished right about where I was expecting them to. And like, while this wasn't, there were definitely some moments where things felt a lot more hype, and I felt like we could go farther. And I don't think we reached our max potential. That doesn't make me really sad, because like, if that just means that something went wrong. But that potential is still there. And then something that's also like really made it easy for me to cope with this is when you think about the fact that this version of the team was only together for one split. And so if we pretend that this split was a spring split and they have the same record of 10-8, we're 4th place in the team that, like, without contention. And the team that finished 4th in the spring split ended up winning like the spring split. So like, if you imagine it in that context of like, we had one new roster, whereas a lot of other ones had been their full season. Now, granted, we lost to TSM, who you could roll the dice and you might make a roster out of players,
Mm-hmm.
But it's still like, it fills me with like a form of contentness, so to speak, because it's like, yes, I would have liked to have seen this gone farther. Especially, I would love to see FlyQuest on the stage in Chicago in a week and a half, but that's not the case. But that doesn't, I don't know. I'm not sad, or as sad as I could be about the way things ended.
That's fair. Nox, we've got Depression Sandy Toes over here, and then you've got our resident optimist Curly on the other hand. So where are you falling on the scale here?
I think it's rather appropriate that when you look at the stream, I'm the one in the middle because I have a little bit of depression. Because let's be honest, that was a very depressing playoffs. But on the other hand, we did have a good season. We had a much better 2021, much better season than 2021, right? Even going into summer regular season, I know we barely finished above our record. But I thought overall the quality of play was looking better. I thought the team synergy was looking a lot better. I still think, even though we lost to TSM, this was a solid team. But we just blundered 2 games in a row, which is really, really unfortunate. And that may be a copium take. It probably is a copium take. But, I mean, you go look back at it, both of those early games, in Game 4 and 5, looked handily in FlyQuest's favor, right? There was only one game that TSM came out of the gates and had, like, a solid grip on the game. And that was Game 1. And I will give them that game because they played that game well. Mm-hmm. But, yeah. Long story short, little depressed, but still very happy. Well, not very happy. I'm still content with how the season went. The ending was really, really bad, though. So heading into the next season, I'm kind of neutral. Like well, I've said from the very beginning that this was rebuilding year. You were saying it earlier. This makes next year's championship run a lot harder, I think, because there's a lot more to think about. I think if you end up managing to beat TSM here and then you put a good fight up against EG, less options to weigh, I think. Like, it makes some of your choices in the offseason a little easier, but not so much. So I'm pretty neutral heading into the offseason, but I will admit now I think the championship run next year just got a little bit harder.
This makes me excited for our armchair GM stream in November because I feel like we're all gonna have very different opinions about how we should treat things.
I think that show's gonna end up being like 2-3 hours long because there's just gonna be like so much to break down. Speaking of championship runs, moving things along, these playoffs have been preposterous. That's the word.
19 out of 20 possible games.
Yeah.
That is absurd.
5-game bangers almost every day, except for yesterday.
Stupid.
I managed to catch up and watch all the highlights of every single game before the stream, which was amazing. I don't actually know how I did that. It was thanks to the 2 times speed of YouTube. But first of all, we got to hit it. Yesterday's series, Cloud9 over EG. Oh my gosh. The biggest upset of the weekend, easily. The only... Well, I guess you could count the TSM win as an upset. But I feel like more people would have... If you told them before the weekend that Cloud9 was going to beat EG and TSM was going to beat FlyQuest, more people would have been surprised about the Cloud9 win.
Oh, yeah.
So, 3-1 Cloud9, pretty dominating, and even the game that EG won, like, it wasn't a stomp or anything. Like, Cloud9 kept it pretty close, right up until the end. But 100 Thieves in Cloud9 now qualified for Worlds, and what's insane to me is that one of TL, EG, and CLG is not making Worlds. And take away CLG there, one of TL or EG, possibly both, not making Worlds.
Or the miracle run happens and TSM denies all 3 of them of their World spots.
It's not happening.
Cloud9, TSM, and 100 Thieves at Worlds.
Not happening.
I don't know, man. Solo has a habit. Like, I feel like Solo randomly performs now. He might just be like, all right, I'm here for playoffs. I'm going to make Worlds.
I will say, if TSM makes Worlds, it will make me feel a lot freaking better about FlyQuest dropping out. Not that I want it to happen, but it would make me feel a lot better.
It'd be like how we lost to EG and then,
watch TSM win Summer, man. And, like, that's 2 times we'd have the first round lower bracket losing to the inevitable winner. Like, that's not a pattern I would want.
I will say, like, when I was watching the series back, I was like, if you just read it out on paper, a roster that consists of Solo, Spica, Maple, Tactical, and Chime actually does not sound bad.
I mean, it sounds like a mid-range roster that can have high peaks, right?
Right. It sounds like a top 6, potentially top 4 roster if they, peak well and have the right meta. Like that TSM could legitimately put up a fight, which is crazy to me. But anything else stand out to you guys from this weekend? I mean, the 100 Thieves TL series was a banger for sure.
I would definitely say CLG Golden Guardians, but unfortunately that was the one, and Andrea's going to murder me for this when she listens to this, but it was the one series I did not watch. And I would say that was probably TL 100 Thieves was fun, right? But I would say that was probably the second most shocking series of the weekend, in my opinion, because actually, going back and looking at pick'ems, a majority of the picks were CLG 3-0, and it ended up being a 3-2. Like, that is crazy to me.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened in that series specifically, but you gotta pick your stuff up and get it together, CLG, because you're not gonna have a fun time into Team Liquid later this week.
Mm-hmm. Dude, here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's pure chaos in the league right now. I don't think you can predict anything anymore. I think everyone is on equal grounds, and it's like rolling to see who hits. It's a game of Dungeons and Dragons right now. That's what it is. Roll for initiative, all that. That's what it feels like, man. And you got to have the DM fudge some rolls if you're gonna make the right prediction.
Everyone's AC is at an 8, and everyone's hidden for 15.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
Jeez.
These are some good references. I'm just gonna cast Prismatic. What is it? Prismatic Ray? Is that what I'm thinking? It's Prismatic something.
I don't know.
Is that the dazing spell?
No, that's the one where it shoots out a bunch of colors or something, and each color.
Oh, Prismatic Orb.
Oh, Prismatic Orb. I love Prismatic Orb. Great.
We're all Dungeons and Dragons nerds here. Let's go.
See, my personal favorite is Witch Bolt, but because I know this is an aside, in a level 20 one-shot my friend ran, I was a level 20 sorcerer.
Oh my god.
And we were fighting an angel, and I twin spell Witch Bolt critted and absolutely disintegrated her, and it was the best thing ever, and ever since that's become my favorite spell.
That's great.
It's like I mouse-a-heart her. There
you go. Very nice.
Back to League.
Any other thoughts on playoffs? I mean, upcoming this weekend, we've got TSMEG, CLG, Team Liquid, banger. And then, obviously, Cloud 900 Thieves to see who goes all the way to Grand Finals in Chicago. So, 3 banger series. And then, of course, I think you also have the series that's the winner of, the winners of TLCLG and EGTSM to determine our third and final Worlds team. So it really all comes down to this weekend for who's going to Worlds. You're going to knock 3 teams out of contention. We're going to go from 6 to 3. They're going to be dropping like flies. Do we want to do some predictions? Do we want to make some calls here on how we are feeling?
Well, I did just submit my pick'em, so I'm very fresh in my thoughts.
I've got the.
Did you put your name in properly this time?
Yes, and you can check the pick'em submission.
I've got the webpage pulled up right here actually, and I had selected things, but I hadn't actually submitted it because I filled it out before I watched all the highlights. There's a couple I'm sticking with, so. Mm-hmm. I'm calling EG with a 3-0 over TSM. Calling the EG 3-0. Team Liquid, I'm calling over CLG. And I think it's going to be a 3-1. And then 100 Thieves Cloud9, though, I think is going to be a 3-2 in 100 Thieves' favor. I think it's going to be close. Cloud9 looked good. And I think they are going to. I think Cloud9's going to end up doing a rematch with 100 Thieves in the final, is what I think is going to happen. So,
So what do you think of a Sunday match, though, of your supposed Evil Geniuses versus Team Liquid?
EG looked rough. They looked sluggish. They did not look good. If it's the same EG, then I might call it Team Liquid in that case. That would be my call there. So right now, if it's the same EG that we got from the Cloud9 series, I'm going Team Liquid there. How about you, Nox? While Curly is frozen and we wait for him to get back. Oh, there he is.
What's up?
Welcome back.
Hi.
I would say, so I'm going to go EG 3-1 over TSM. I do think, because, I mean, TSM showed it against us, right? That game 1, they came out swinging.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they can get a lead in the early games, but I don't think they're going to be consistent enough to do it. So, yeah, 3-1 EG over TSM. I think it's going to be a banger series between Team Liquid and CLG. I think it's going to be a 3-2 in favor of Team Liquid. I think CLG's barely going to miss out on it. CLG fans are going to be hurting, and I'm going to apologize for that, but still a really impressive year for you guys, like, no matter what happens. Cloud9 versus 100 Thieves. See, I feel like, while Cloud9 looked good, I think EG just looked worse than Cloud9 looked good, if that makes sense. I think it was more on EG not looking good than Cloud9 looking good. So with that said, I'm going to say 100 Thieves 3-1. Cloud9's still a good team, but I think 100 Thieves overall. I mean, you saw those first 2 games. TL whipped out like stupid Seraphine Swain. Okay, it took a second to learn. I don't really remember Game 4 and why that happened. And then Game 5, Closer just clutched up. Like, 100 Thieves will win this. They know how to clutch up. And then lastly, for my supposed match of Team Liquid versus EG, I mean, it's so hard to say. There's no reason to think that EG will not figure it out. They've been so good this whole summer, right? But at the same time, this Team Liquid team's so good too. You know what? Just to be different, I'm going to go EG. I think EG is going to figure it out again. I think it's going to be a 3-2 in favor of EG.
All right, there we go. I think it. Again, I can't really predict the EG, my presumed EG TL1 until I see how EG plays. If they smash TSM, I'm going with EG. But if they struggle to beat them, I'm going Team Liquid. So that's how it is for me. Curly, what are your picks now that we've got you back?
So both of my first series are 3-1. I think EG will drop a game to TSM. I think it's just going to happen. And I think TL will drop a game to CLG. I think it's just going to happen. I think that's... I mean, granted, 3-1 is probably technically the safest bet out of any prediction ever because it's the statistically most likely to happen. But, yeah, I really do think there's going to be just like a slip up with EG and TL. But then after that, I think it's going to be probably just like the second EG overcomes TSM, I think they're going to be fine, and I think they're going to smash TL like they did again. Like, I think it's just like certain rosters know how to play other rosters, and EG just has TL figured out. Like, you know?
Okay.
All right.
Besides, Danny is better than Han Sama all day.
Oof. Oh, that's...
I agree on that one.
My final thought on the playoffs. Berserker looked insane. Oh my god.
Holy crap.
That guy is so good. And I don't think it's talked about enough how much of a steal Cloud9 made. Like, committed their own 100 Thieves-esque heist with picking him up. Orgs need to sign more T1 trainees because, good grief.
Speaking of T9, I forgot to do the 100 Thieves C9 prediction.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's going to be 3-2. I think 100 Thieves is going to win, but I think it's going to be another, like, Game 5, because I really think
denial.
Well, yeah, I don't know if it's going to be reverse sweep. I don't know what it's going to be, but 100 Thieves. I don't know what it is about them. The only time I think they know how to 3-0 is in the finals, whether they're winning or losing. They only want to be there for game 3.
That's funny.
So in Chicago, I will tell you right now, 100 Thieves will be there. They will be there for finals, and they will win or lose in 3 games exactly. There will not be a game 4. There will not be a game 5.
Solid.
You're telling so you know that kind of I don't know. This is kind of a side tangent, but neither of you watch Formula One, right?
I tune in here and there.
I hear.
Did you see or did you hear the comment from Esteban Ocon on Lewis Hamilton this past weekend in the Belgium? So Lewis Hamilton basically boxed Esteban Ocon into a corner and basically knocked Lewis Hamilton out of the race.
Yeah.
And on the team radio of Esteban Ocon, basically, like, he was just ranting. He's like, what the heck am I supposed to do? He boxed me into a corner. This man only knows how to start in first and race in first, like insinuating that he doesn't know how to race with the rest of the pack.
Right.
Curly's comment just there, like, made me think of 100 Thieves. Like, they only know how to play in finals. They only 3-0 in finals, or they lose in 3-0 in finals.
Yeah. That's a good quote, actually. He only knows how to race in first. I mean, that is kind of true about losing.
I like that.
All right. That is the playoff conversation there. I'm going to move
We've had some good references tonight.
We have had some good references. D&D, Formula 1. Let's keep it rolling.
We're well-versed. We got that covered.
We are. How about some historical references as we go to LEC's pop quiz?
Ooh.
All right, let me figure this out.
Probably just presentation mode, yeah.
Yep. We got it.
So, just to clarify, I'm watching via the stream with you? Or am I watching on Discord?
Oop, that is not what I want.
Too big.
All right, hang on. No, also not what I want.
Op quiz!
NA production, folks.
We'll get there.
Look at Broken Blade.
All right, hang on. We're getting there. Almost. Boom. First try, folks. All right.
That was beautiful.
Proud
of you.
Put the volume down here. Hopefully this should come through on the stream. All right. Knox, you ready for this?
Welcome to Flight Check Pop Quiz.
All right. Pop quiz. Here we go. Let's see
how you guys do.
All right.
Do guess the player. I'm going to describe a player to you, and you need to tell me.
I'm kind of nervous. Curly said earlier that he was expecting me to have like 10 to 12 points.
After each clue.
Okay.
I have 9 clues in total.
That would be easy.
So, okay. Guess after each clue.
It's like players that are
9 clues in total. Okay. Easy enough.
Okay. No, but like
I'll pause it, Knox, here and there for us.
Okay.
And the way they format it, they don't reveal the player until
He has
all the
played
clues are
2 different roles
listed.
in a major league.
Okay, 2 different roles in a major league.
2 different roles in one. Has played 2 different roles in a major.
Okay,
league.
so you could.
So wait, does it continue though, or are there more hints underneath that?
Let's see. Yes.
Yeah.
Major league.
Like I said, there's batches of 3.
Perks.
Okay.
Which is more likely, maybe perks gets used for something.
Because I was like, that could be Hoogie.
Well,
Zhao.
hang on. I want to see if there's. Oh, okay. So there's no more hints under the 3 points. Because like my first thought is. Oh, there are.
There's 2 more. Yeah, like I said, so it like they go in order, and like because it's content, they give some of the guesses that people get wrong. Yeah.
Okay.
My first thought is Sven.
Oh, Sven. I was thinking Hoogie.
Hoogie's good.
Caps.
Core JJ.
Corja, yeah.
This player also played 80 carry briefly.
Briefly?
Whatso
there-
even?
Core JJ.
Okay, that does not make sense. Wait.
Also played 80
in a
carry
regional
briefly in a
league.
regional league.
Okay, but he didn't play DK.
In a regional league?
Thanks, Becky.
Samux?
This player role swapped from mid to jungle when he realized he couldn't compete with players like Caps.
In a regional league? So that's what does it mean by okay? In the last one, roll swap from mid to jungle when he realized he couldn't compete with players like Caps.
Roll swap from mid to jungle.
Okay, so it's a European player then.
Is this Cadril?
Oh, it is Cadril.
This has
totally
to be
Cadril.
Cadril, right?
Wow, so both of you got 3 points. Yeah, it's Cadril.
Yeah,
This
no,
has
it's
to be
totally
freaking
Cadril.
job.
All right, should I just skip ahead then?
Yeah,
what were the other
just,
hints?
like-
Speak Spanish, retired player. Oh, 1 point. He just canceled it. Never made playoffs in his career.
yeah.
So I got 1 point for this one because once it was the just canceled it, I was like, that's it. That's how I know.
Yeah.
Because he has that as his sub notification on Twitch.
Yeah. Okay, wait. How do we want to do this, Nox? Because we're both kind of guessing together, but.
I mean, you and I can just share on this.
All right, cool.
I mean, we are we share a brain cell, if you will.
There we go. All right, so 3 points. Let's go.
The house Griffin.
Okay. That one was easy.
Next player has played mid and jungle.
Amazing
competitively.
how you guys got that
Can
so
be the same
quickly.
player.
Mid and jungle
Cannot be
competitively.
Okay, draw.
Yeah, that was what kind of gave it away was mid and jungle and
Okay,
European.
mid and jungle competitively.
No. This
and
is the new player.
Oh, the next point.
And it's-
I'm watching on Twitch if you can't tell.
Who plays mid and jungle?
I'm
There's
running-
only K-Drill.
It's only who's played mid and jungle?
This is gonna be-
High?
No.
Hi, yeah.
Another
The original wife buff meme is related
Doinby?
to this player.
Oh no.
No, Dornby never played jungle.
Toynbee.
Well, who was the original wife buff?
Original wife buff meme is related to this player. Oh, dude.
Okay, go for it. Go.
Active player from 2011 to 2018.
Oh my gosh. 2011 to
Original wife buff?
2018.
Oh, it's Ambition. It's Ambition.
Oh, is it Ambition?
It's Ambition.
Like Alex H? But it's LCK.
Yeah.
Down?
Oh dang,
Jeez.
I would not have gotten that. Where? Okay, I just want to see where I would have gotten it.
Oh my.
Oh wait, no, it's Ryu.
Ryu? Fibit?
Oh, it's not Ryu.
I
Okay.
have no clue.
No, it's Ambition.
Pose with a
This
He's the original wife buff.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
I just want to know where I would have gotten it.
He was featured in a World's Music video as the
Okay,
main
maybe I
character.
would have gotten it at World's Music
I don't know,
Videos
I
main
didn't know.
character.
I will give up.
He won.
Yeah,
a-
was solo killed by Faker in his debut game. I remember that was Gragas versus Nidalee matchup. He killed him as Nidalee.
No.
He's a world champion.
He's a world champion.
Featured in a World's music video. Yep.
I know now him because like I just can't find.
Yeah,
the
I would.
name.
So it's
I
Ambition?
did not know this one. Yep,
Yeah, it's Ambition.
And
Okay,
his
cool.
wife
Yeah,
is
I never would have known this
All
one.
right.
So 3 points to Nox. Are we gonna say 2 to Sandy?
Ambition. Ambition.
I don't actually know if I would have remembered
Gotten
him. Yeah, because I would have like said Ryu for a long time,
Yeah.
and then after that I just like would have been like, who's?
Oh, it was Kazakhs versus Nidalee. Oops, I thought it was Gragas. I remember Faker was the Nidalee and got the solo kill.
All right,
Regardless, Nox
so-
keeping up clutch, 6 points.
Yeah,
All
and
the way
I'm.
up to your
Let's
top
just say I
five.
don't have any points on that one. I think that would be
Alright,
fair.
so-
All right, next player. His name is an acronym for Spicy Hot Pot.
As an acronym for Spicy Hot Pot.
Spicy
Wait,
hot.
so an acronym is like for LEC is like League of
Okay.
Legends European Championship.
It's the other way around.
Spicy
The
hot
acronym for
pot.
League of Legends European Championship is LEC.
Spicy hot pot.
It's an acronym, so it's gotta be like a short name, right?
Okay, I need.
Like some.
Well, you would.
Chinese or
Oh, like
Korean name.
LWX.
And that's where it's lost.
Yeah, something like that.
LWX.
Nuguri?
His old
Um,
IGN
I
used to
need
be
more 3-point
lonely.
hints.
Yeah.
Come on, LEC.
LWX.
His
It's
old
for sure a Korean
IGN used to be
player.
I'm
lonely.
trying to think.
Oh, dude, this is an old player. I feel
Bin?
like.
Cool.
Is it
I
Bin?
recognize that.
369?
This is
Say the other.
Piglet.
Chovy?
His name is an acronym for Spicy.
Acronym for
Played with
hot
Mata.
pot.
Uzi Eye. Uzi Eye.
So when Mata played, but
Right?
Madlight.
Is it
Played
Core?
with Mata at one point in his career.
Mata.
Well, 1 point could be any
Mata
time.
played with a lot of people actually, but I wouldn't.
I'm gonna
know
have to take the
someone
2 points on this
He's
one.
nicknamed
I don't know
Honey
this.
Badger
Honey
Yeah.
Badger's his
because
jungle
of his
style.
Fighting
Oh,
or
who's
on
Honey
breaking
Badger?
fight.
SOFM?
Oh my gosh.
Insect.
Is the
Alright.
Chinese jungler called
MLX.
numbers in his name?
Did
But I forgot
MLX?
his
No.
name.
MLXG?
Not MLXG. No.
Yes, I mean, yes, I know he's. Okay.
It is.
Dude, I don't know.
Is it
I don't know.
MLXG?
Yeah.
Chinese?
It's MLXG.
Is it
Dude, oh,
MLXG?
did I get it right? Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take the 2
Okay,
points.
okay.
Yeah,
I
so you
think-
both
yeah, I
get
think-
2 points.
All right, cool. 2 points on that. What were the other hints? Let's see.
Yeah,
Uh,
so we're looking at
oh,
8
yeah.
for Nox right now and 5 for Sandy.
When both teams are even in gold, Blank feels like his team is at a great advantage and thus he does not hesitate to start a team fight. The old
Okay, I
meme.
would have gotten it on that one.
Yeah, and then played in
Oh.
RNG for 4 years. Yeah. There we
A
go.
lot of
Okay.
people also, like a lot of the players were like, this just sounds like Hillsing.
That's funny. Oh, there was one more. 3 LPL titles. Oh, fans would frequently change his name to include XD or GG. MLXD. Yeah, oh, that's a good one. All right. Here we go. Next one. Active player since 2011. That's
Ooh,
it.
old player.
Not Faker, right? Faker was.
This is one I got.
Faker was 2012.
This is the one I got right away.
MSI finalist.
Impact.
This is
Yank.
MSI finalist.
MSI finalist.
He role swapped from AD carry to support.
Core JJ.
Yellow star, but he's not active anymore.
Core JJ hasn't been playing that long though.
Core JJ.
Roll swap from 80
That's
carry
not
to
Core
support.
JJ.
Oh,
Sven?
well, I could be Core
Two
JJ,
LCS titles.
but he's.
Oh, I know who it is.
How is Core JJ
100%.
playing?
It's
It's
Sven.
not.
What?
It's not Sven.
Has 2 LCS titles. Oh my god, it
80
is Core JJ.
No, it's not. It's not Core JJ. Roll swap from 80 carry to support. Oldest player in the LCS currently. Afromu?
Yes!
It's Afromu?
Get Afromu! I got it the
Oh, I
second
got
they
it.
said he's been playing since 2011!
There's a
How
lot
did
of
you
players
guys have
who
to-
play since 2011.
Oh,
Okay, Flyquest
I read it as 2 MSI titles. That was what threw me off.
All right.
I got more points than you guys for this one. Let's go!
All right. So
Yeah.
Nox sitting at 10. You're sitting at 7, Sandy. In the end,
Wait,
you
did
both
Nox-
have beaten me overall.
did Nox get points for that one?
He got
I
second
don't know.
place.
I don't know how to rate myself on that because I
Well,
read it.
let me
wrong.
let me
I read
go to the rest of
thing
the
as-
hints, and then. All right.
Place
So
for
I think
FlyQuest
that
currently
was.
would have been definite.
Well, Nox, would you have gotten it at the bot lane partnership he was a part of? Was called Rush Hour.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Easily.
So you would have gotten 2
So
points.
we'll give
then.
him 2 points. We'll give him 2
Yeah.
points.
All right.
All right. So 10
no,
for
that
Nox.
killed me for misreading it.
Hey,
Yeah.
you've met my expectations so far.
All right.
I told you 10 to 13.
All right.
Okay. We're at the minimum expectations, but can we exceed
Mid
expectations?
laner.
I mean, is that the clue?
Snisky.
That's a great team, thank you.
There's a lot of mid laners here, dude. I can list out tons.
Yeah, man.
Like
Played
I need one more.
competitively
I
in
need one more.
EU, NA, and Korea. Ryu.
On the Switch.
Ryu has played in all 3.
What?
Yeah.
Someone that played in Korea first, I'm
remember this
assuming, and then came to EU and then went to
Ryu?
NA, and then now is someone.
Korean.
I want the third and final hint.
Korean played mid in Korea.
So it was not Crown.
Crown.
Played competitively
Selfie?
in EU, NA, and Korea.
Oh,
Was a
is it?
mid
Oh, I know who it is. 100%. It's Ryu.
It's not Ryu.
Is it Nahun?
He has an EU Masters title and an EU LCS title.
EU Masters.
Like, give me
And played in Korea.
All right.
give me the third hint.
EU Masters
There's an
title.
EU Masters title and an EU LCS title.
All right, hang on. I'm stopping here. EU Masters title and an EU LCS title. EU, NA, and Korea. Should I keep it
It's
going?
Froggen.
Korean.
Froggen?
Masters.
Because he played competitively in Korea back in 2012 in OGN.
Oh, and he won EU Masters with
He was in-
Origin.
And he didn't play in it actually.
Yeah.
It's
And he has an
Froggen.
EU. Yeah, it's a Froggen.
He's known
It is
for being
Froggen,
very
so
good at farming.
3 points.
Nice!
Kurt.
I'm missing. I'm sure of it. Don't you?
Sandy, would you have gotten it with this too
How
after
did he
thinking a
play in
bit?
Korea if he's
Or did
Danish.
you need a
He's
bit more?
Danish.
I'm trying to see where the rest of the hints would have
He's
gone.
Danish Caps, and that's it. It's the only Danish player.
And he must be
Known for being very good at farming. That's funny.
Is Björk
Danish.
Let's see. All right, the final hint would have been lost to Kaboom. Running
So
joke in the community
that's
that whenever there are
so
network
sad.
troubles, it's because this player is DDoSing the event.
Yeah, they got some good ones. I got some good ones.
I think I got it at the EU Masters and EU LCS title.
We'll give you the 3 points. We'll give you that. So now you are sitting at 10 and Nox at 13.
All right.
Let's go.
You
let's
got
compare it
exactly
to,
where you got to peak of my expectations. I am so surprised that it took you guys till 2 points to get Afromu.
It's a Froggen.
I'm so surprised.
Ninth clue.
Like the second it was playing since 2011, I was like, it's Afromu.
I lost against
No
the
doubt.
Masters 2018.
Roll swapped,
Oh my God,
it's
it's Froggen,
Afromu.
no?
No doubt.
Froggen played
You
in
know?
Korea.
So hold on, like Sandy, go back to the Afro one real quick because I want to see the top points again.
Okay, hang on. Find Afro.
And MSI finalist, you know?
Wait, which one was Afro? Oh, no, not that one.
He was the 4th one. He was right before Froggen.
Yeah.
So way back. Wait, no. Way deeper in the
Yeah, I
video.
got it.
Yep.
Active player since 2011, MSI finalist, and role swap from 80 carry to support. Yeah. Okay, I'll take the L on that. I'll hold the L. I deserve that.
I'm just proud that I got that. That's it.
I think what threw me off was because he was active player since 2011. So my brain immediately starts going like, okay, like start thinking of all the Korean players, all the Chinese players, so on and so forth, or all the European players even.
There's only one player I think of when I think of playing for the entirety of like professional league, and it is Afromo.
All right, so you would have been right behind Mickey X there.
Yeah.
Knox.
Nice solid second place. Let's go.
You would have been right in the middle of the pack. Hey, at least I wasn't Jezu or Nuclear Int, you know?
Dude, no, wait, go down. There's someone I'm pretty sure who got 0 points. Keep going. Press play.
Oh, wow, you're gonna out this person?
Hey, the LEC did, not me.
No, there's no one there.
There isn't anyone there? All right,
No.
so Jesu's just 4th place.
Yeah. Or last place, so. Well,
yeah.
that was a good time. I enjoyed that.
Knox, you were just as knowledgeable as I expected you to be. And Sandy, I didn't know how to gauge you.
So who did I miss points on? I missed a point on Afro, and then who else did I miss a point on? I missed 1 point on someone else.
Oh, I think it took you to the second one to get to MLXG.
Oh, MLXG, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I think I should have had 14. I goofed on Afro, but it's fine. I'll take it.
There you go. All right. Well, coming to the close of things now, just want to quickly note, the Shine Smash Melee tournament happened this weekend. Jmook with a solid second place. Highlight of note, 3-0'd Hungry Box. I think it was in losers finals. So
yep, got his revenge finally.
Got his revenge. So
no chairs were harmed in the making of this victory.
No chairs were harmed there. Did drop the finals to Zane, but Zane is probably one of the world's best.
Probably
it was fun to watch that though. Like it was, dude. Jmook like is a monster at edge guarding. He just like most of the deaths that he or stocks that he took off of Zane were just not letting him get back up, and I'm like, that's so clean. You keep getting him with the same move over and over.
Yeah. So great stuff again, per usual. Kadoran with a solid tied for 7th. So good showing from him as well. Don't want to forget him. But yeah, big shout out to Jmook for that second place. Be sure to go back and watch the highlights of that tournament and watch that set. It was a great set. He really stomped Hungry Box in that 3-0. And just like he looks really good throughout all of the top 8. So that was really good to see. All right. Do you guys have any final things to chat about before we wrap up the show tonight?
Yeah, no, tough to say. I think I guess the big thing is just again with FlyQuest announcing all their new hires formally on Twitter and Instagram, welcome to the new people. Very happy to see that the org is growing and not in fact selling. Unless they really want a lot of staff for 2 Smash players. As good as they are, I think that's a little
hey, man, they deserve it too.
They do. No, they 100% deserve it.
Absolutely.
But I still think that's a crazy prospect.
Imagine thinking FlyQuest was ever going to sell. You already know. Everyone who was here last week knows my thoughts on that. So, fantastic. Knox, anything from you?
Proving Grounds, Final 3 matchups are going on right now. I don't know who won Game 3 just now, but it was 1-1 when I last checked. Between 100 Thieves and Team Liquid Academy. Winner plays Cloud9 Academy. Oh, so 2-1 right now, TLA versus 100A. Winner plays Cloud9 Academy, and winner of that plays Dignitas Academy, which still blows my mind. I'm hoping 100 Academy makes finals so that way I can have a little bit of copium by saying FlyQuest Academy lost to the 2 finalists. But either way, go check out that. Go support NA Talent. A lot of league this week. Best of 5 today, best of 5 tomorrow, best of 5 Wednesday, and then LCS starts on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
LEC
a lot of best of 5s.
I think
Should be Saturday, Sunday.
LPL finals are Thursday, and then LCK finals are Sunday. So
LCK finals already done.
I'm sorry, not
Yeah,
LCK
no,
finals.
Genji already won.
Yeah. LPL finals are Thursday, and something else is Sunday. I forget what Sunday.
The start of Gauntlet maybe for LPL/LCK.
Oh, maybe that's what
regional
it is.
qualifiers. That makes sense. Yeah.
Gauntlets are happening for both LPL and LCK to qualify their third and fourth
Play
teams.
so much league down there. Holy crap!
They really do. Beyond that, no more FlyQuest for at least 4 months, sadly. So not much to say on that front. But I think next couple weeks are going to look a little different for our show. And so if you are interested in finding out what's going on there, be sure to follow the show on Twitter at Flight Check Crew, myself at SantosDB, Nox at NoxWar with 2 R's, and Curly at Curly_double_Q_. Like I said, next couple weeks are going to look different. Nox is going to be gone for a few weeks, so he won't be here. I'm out next week, and then back the week after that. Curly is here next week, and then gone the week after that. So it's just a little bit of flux, which is not... Honestly, it's not bad timing, considering that FlyQuest just got knocked out. So...
maybe that's why they took an L. Maybe they're like, we don't want Flight Check to have to figure out headings of a schedule. We'll just end the season now, so it can be easy for them.
How kind, guys. We appreciate it.
Yeah, how kind of you. But we'll be back probably real strong in 3 to 4 weeks' time, and that'll be post LCS finals, I believe, and we'll be starting to get into our armchair GM off-season discussion because...
Well, first we got to do with Flight Check International.
Well, I think there will be like a week or 2 in between, so yeah. But we'll talk about it, and we'll let you all know what we're doing. If you want to get some ideas or throw some ideas our way of what we should do until World starts up, make sure to hop into the Discord, the Flight Check Discord, where all kinds of esports discussion and otherwise takes place, including my way too early hot takes on what next year's roster should look like. If you missed any part of the episode, the VOD will be up on YouTube tonight or tomorrow morning, and I have finally caught up on uploading the audio versions of the show
Sandy, let's go
to Spotify. And then, of course, I have to run out right after this show, so I'm not going to be able to edit tonight's episode until tomorrow. But I will. So tomorrow's episode will be up on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and everywhere else tomorrow afternoon. If you're watching the VOD or listening to the show and would like to catch it live, we broadcast the episode usually every Monday night, really emphasizing the usually this time, usually at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, right here at twitch.tv/FlightCheckCrew. Nox, any final notes, shoutouts, plugs before we wrap up?
I have been nonstop jamming to Muse's new album, Will of the People. If you like Muse at all and haven't really listened to him in a while, go give it a check. I love it. It's pretty much a montage of like all their best hits. Like they're brand new songs, but they're like homages to their best hits from all their past albums, and it is just really, really freaking good. So yeah, go Muse.
Nice. Curly, how about you?
Shout out to the FlyQuest content team for making another French lesson that I need to go watch, because I do love me some French content. It's very 10 out of 10.
It is very good.
Also, while we're talking France, shout out to EU Masters happening right now. Can't wait for LFL to take home another title. Not sure who's going to do it, but it's going to be France. That's all.
It's amazing to me that K-Corp did not make it into EU
It
Masters.
is crazy. And yet, France will still win. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be LDLC.
LDLC looks
they really had a great season.
Yeah, they look really good.
Yeah.
If you want to see the next generation of LEC talent, go watch EU Masters. If you want to see the next generation of talent that LCS orgs should be sniping, go watch EU Masters. Because we should be stealing their players before they even have a chance to sign them. For myself, I'm going to shout out Onivia League of Legends highlights, who helped me catch up on all of the weekend's action super fast, condensing all the games down to like 7 to 10 minutes, and makes it real easy to see all the big important team fights and highlight plays. So shout out to them. Thanks for doing that. Really appreciate it. All right, we'll be back sometime in September to discuss how playoffs are going, LCS finals, whatever randomly comes up. But we'll announce that when the time is ripe. But for now, please stay safe out there. Don't forget to hit the head on the nail, and we'll see you all very, very soon. Adios.
Have a good one, guys.
Peace, y'all.